Bitcoin and the crypto market are looking juicy for 2025. Trump's announced David Sachs as the head of crypto, who will supposedly have a light touch on regulation. This, combined with a few other key factors, promises potentially massive changes for Bitcoin. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, he's trying to repeal SAB 121 and push through the Loomis bill, both of which would be super pro-crypto and would send the market to the moon. Likewise, the Fed has rate cuts on the horizon. I don't think there's been a more pro-Bitcoin time in history, which would mean the largest altcoin season of all time. It really just feels like the beginning. We're already seeing results over in FINOVA. So the question is, how can you do the same? How can you make it easy? In this video, I'm going to dive into how you can turn 2025's bull run into life-changing opportunities, all with an extremely simple strategy that utilizes already existing expertise from exchanges like Binance. I'm going to break down the coins that they promote, that they fund, and that they list, as well as the ones that I'm looking at for 2025, and including some super risky but interesting plays that could potentially bring some massive profits, provided that you balance them out with some smart, large, and mid-cap picks to, facilitate the risk, which I'm also going to be giving you some tips on that. So there's a lot that you need to pay attention to here. 2025 is going to be massive, but coin picks are nothing without knowledge. I'm also going to be giving you a mindset and approach that is crucial to keeping yourself financially safe as you go through your investing journey in 2025. So let's jump in. How to utilize existing expertise to build a solid portfolio. So a few days ago, seemingly out of nowhere, Binance announced that it was listing Velodrome. This caused it to surge 113%. And thanks to this listing, one trader made over $400,000. And this reminded me of the importance of a key strategy that I spoke about a few months ago: anticipating and being ready for Binance listings. Binance, if you don't already know, is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world by trading volume, and getting listed on Binance is a huge deal. It often causes these massive price spikes, as we saw with Notcoin, Bonk, Pepe, and now Velodrome. The trend is that typically a coin will pump for about 5 days after being listed on Binance. So how do you predict a listing? Because if you can predict a listing, you're printing money. Well, Binance's criteria for listing is a great point to start. They look for a good quality team, potential for growth, a useful product, community support and buzz, and strong user adoption. However, they're not keen on shilling. So take that into account, but you can go further. You can go further by actually using Binance's expertise to help you make solid, reliable crypto picks. After all, if a crypto is good enough for Binance to pump hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars into it, it's probably worth you taking a look at it. So here's what you do. If you hit up cryptorank.io and head over to funds, you can see where Binance is putting their money. You can see what they're holding, like Sui, Aptos, Athena, and you can see what's getting their attention in funding rounds. You can probably see where I'm going here. There's coins like Harina, Asterisk, Kernel, and Bioprotocol. These are much smaller projects than something like a Sui, which has a $13 billion market cap. So these are smaller projects within a funding round. And looking at these funding rounds, Harina, this is a new project aimed at bringing liquidity to stablecoin users and has some pretty deep backing. Similarly, Asterisk, this is a multi-asset liquidity hub for maximizing real-world yield of crypto assets. Basically, that just means they help DeFi users make bigger returns. Who doesn't want that? That sounds great if they can make that work. And an even more interesting one here is Kernel. Binance wants to use Kernel to boost staking on BNB, its native chain. So this could be one where they're very invested in seeing this project succeed, and therefore it could be very worth paying attention to. And of course, I also like the look of Bioprotocol. This falls into something called DeSci, decentralized science. Bioprotocol itself is designed to help communities fund, develop, and co-own innovative pharmaceuticals, which is pretty cool. Like, that's a cool use case of the blockchain. So these could all be projects to keep an eye on and jump in once they're available. Not all of them are like publicly available or listed right now. And you can find them and you can then add them to your watch list or just track what Binance is doing. And that's just a few of them. I suggest digging into Binance's holdings and their funding rounds and taking a look at all of them. There's a lot of options there. However, and this is a big however, bear in mind, these are also going to be super volatile. With this in mind, I also want to return to the more established holdings. Sui, Aptos, Athena. While those are already listed on Binance, they're valuable enough for different reasons. 3 large to mid-cap gems. Sui is a super attractive project that is this first of its kind layer 1 blockchain and smart contract platform. It's fast, has good security, it's private. There's a lot to like here. And they recently partnered with Ant Digital to help tokenize real world assets. Sui is a big project already though. It's seen a ton of success. I mentioned it last January and am up, I don't even know the percentage right now, something like 500% right now. As I'm recording this video though, it's the 15th largest crypto in the world. However, given how solid this is as a project, this could be a good one to hold as a defensive hedge against your more volatile, smaller picks. Aptos is similar. It's a blockchain built to help people, quote, build their big ideas. It uses a unique programming language called Move that maximizes security and stability, and it's drawn in some big partnerships like Microsoft, AWS, Google Cloud, MasterCard, and Universal. Right now, it's around $7.5 billion market cap. It could continue to grow much beyond that, but it's going to take time. Like Sui, I see it as a mid-cap pick that's a little bit more defensive while offering still some upside growth potential. Next up, you got Athena. This is a synthetic dollar protocol that provides money that's not reliant on traditional banking. This is one of those things that will absolutely happen at some point in the future. Maybe they make it happen, maybe someone else makes it happen, but it's one of those ideas that it's going to happen at some point, so I'm glad someone's trying to tackle it. So they're trying to make this globally accessible, dollar-denominated savings instrument. And it's like an internet bond. And while that's a lot of buzzwords, the idea here, Athena argues that crypto lacks a truly decentralized based money asset that's both scalable and invulnerable to censorship. They argue that stablecoins rely too much on traditional banking infrastructure, and they're trying to solve that. Of course, there's going to be a long road to adoption here, but like I said, this is a problem that will be solved at some point in the future, and I hope it gets solved. And like I said, with Karina and Asterisk, Kernel, and Bio Protocol, these are just a few of the projects that you can look at while digging into Binance. These funding rounds give you what might be listed down the line. Holdings of Binance give you a look at some really solid mid to large caps that are good enough for Binance, the biggest player in the space, or one of the biggest players in the space. So this is a super easy way to cut through the noise and find some more reliable picks for your portfolio. So here are even more picks that I'm looking at for the 2025 bull run. In a previous video, I spoke about how the backbone of any portfolio should be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. It's just a solid defense. You still have great upside. It's 50% of the entire crypto market cap. It's pairing liquidity with almost the entire market. It's made me an enormous amount of money. Almost everyone who's been in crypto for a long time, like they have made a lot of money from Bitcoin. It's such an easy, simple strategy. You just keep buying and it just works. So this would be a great complement to building out any portfolio, especially this Binance style portfolio where you're trying to hedge those big bets and trying to, pick off some big wins from the crowd. Well, I like Bitcoin. I also like ETH, but I do lean much more towards Bitcoin simply because ETH is big, it's not going anywhere, but ETH, the real value is the tech, and ETH's tech isn't as good as some of the other options at this point in time. So while I think that Ethereum will continue to do well, is Ethereum the answer to the tech problem of crypto? That I'm not really sure. Because of that, I focus more of my dollar cost averaging onto Bitcoin. I'm also looking at holding a little bit of Doge for the early part of this year, simply because Elon and the Department of Government Efficiency are coming in on January 20th, and there's gonna be a reaction there in the price. I'm not saying exactly it's gonna shoot up. Doge is extremely volatile and already huge, but if it's gonna shoot up, then it's likely going to be when Elon starts making a whole lot of press and doing a whole lot of stuff regarding the Doge department, which he's surely to do as soon as possible once Trump is in office. So if you want to try to catch it, there could be some gains to be made there. However, again, this is not one that's going to 10x. It is already massive. There are other memes that could grow much more if you're looking specifically for a meme coin play. Now, there are some new tokens that I've seen making some buzz that I want to talk about, as well as some of my favorites. So starting off with 3 questionable or not so questionable meme coins. In meme coins, there's one that caught my attention, Fart Coin. I'm honestly surprised that a fart-based meme coin hasn't already taken off. It's dumb. It's about fart. It's about farts, but it's about as memey and on the nose as you could possibly get. It's kind of perfect because of how bad it is. Now, full disclosure here, I don't really believe in this project. Let me be clear, it is dumb. I'm not saying that this is going to be like potential for years and years to come, but it is just as a meme, it would make sense that this entertaining outcome does fairly well. I'm not saying bet your money on it, but like it's dumb enough to work. I guess that's what I'm saying. Just be aware it's a massive risk. Fart coin could turn out to be a shit coin all along. All I'm saying is meme wise, if I do my meme analysis, it's a decent meme. Another popular and recent meme coin is Ski Mask Dog. I saw a couple posts on it in FINOVA. I also know Brian Jung got early in on this one with him and his community, so shout out to them for nabbing that early. They had some great gains on that. It's got great branding. I mean, what's not to like? Classic dog coin. I throw on a ski mask. It's already 10x though since November, and has since slowed down a little bit. Could pick up again, sure. We probably would need a little bit of a catalyst again to pop off again, but that's just me, that's my opinion. Last, we've got SNEC, which has pumped since early November. SNEC has some real legs, and it's still super cheap, frankly. I'm a big fan of their branding, their passionate community. They are getting more and more holders by the day, and their average holder length just continues to increase. Their average holder has been holding for more than 300 days, despite some major price gains in the previous months. This is one of those picks that I'm super proud of because I've received several messages about how people have purchased this token and it's literally changed their lives because of the gains that they've made on it. So I took a huge risk on SNEC earlier this year, and as of right now, I made just over $1 million in unrealized profit. That's the first single token that I've had $1 million in profit on, which is it's nuts. I'm very grateful for that level of gains from a meme coin. It's ridiculous to have 7-figure gains from a meme coin. That's ridiculous. Well, I've had these amazing gains. The token is still quite small with only a few $100 million in market cap, and I think it has the potential to be $1 billion meme. I've said that all along, and if I just look at the stats on it versus any other meme, I'm like, yeah, it just has more room to grow. So I feel comfortable in just waiting it out for now. So do your own research though if you want to get involved, not financial advice. Just whatever you do, whether that's a Binance strategy, Bitcoin, memes, just make sure you've balanced out your risk with more secure investments. 90% of people don't make money in a bull run. But that doesn't have to be you. You can take profits, you can make money. If the money's surging, there's money to be made. Just don't let greed get a hold of you. So here's a strategy to stay safe. Well, the future is looking amazing for Bitcoin. It's always good to just pause, take a breath. There's a useful memo from the great investor Howard Marks, and in it he stresses how the greatest enemy of knowledge isn't ignorance, it's the illusion of knowledge. And that's a fancy way of saying fooling yourself into thinking you know what's going to happen. This prevents you from seeing what's actually happening right in front of you. So Marx explains how predicting markets perfectly is impossible. So while Bitcoin and crypto may look like it's going to pump to the moon right now and forever, we always want to be safe from the chance that it does the reverse of expectations. This is why your mindset for any crypto investment should be to use a strategy to stay safe first. So there's a few fundamentals to do this. Number one, have a deep emergency fund. Don't tie up all your money in investments. You will need cash if shit hits the fan. Number two, practice risk management. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. The best trader I know, Kyle, he only risks 1% of his trading account on any trade. If the risk exceeds 1%, he doesn't do it. It's that simple. I only keep a small amount of my total investable portfolio in crypto. The rest is tied up in much more secure investments. This lets me capture big wins in crypto, like with SNEC, while never having to risk some kind of life-changing loss. If you do those two, you will be safe.